back to my channel. Today I want to share with you a little bit of like life update, I guess. Yesterday I decided that it's time for me to get out of my deficit. Just like a little backstory, I decided to go to a deficit in January, like a first week in January. I wanted to lose about 10 pounds just because I was like, you know what, I want to feel a little bit leaner. So I started my cut about like 500 to 600 calorie deficit a day, which is like moderate deficit. It's not like anything crazy. I was aiming to lose like a pound a week. The cut was going really, really well. For about like 8 weeks, I was losing about like a half to full pound a week. I was getting leaner. I started at like, my highest weight was like 177, but keep in mind that it was like right after holidays, so a lot of water retention and just inflammation. So I was technically starting maybe around like 174. I went all the way down to 164 in those like 8 weeks. That was my lowest weight. And then we went to Victoria for a week for kind of like a work, and then we stayed during the weekend at Tofino. You watched the previous video. If not, you can go back and see kind of what we did the whole weekend. And I stayed around like my maintenance calories during that time, and then also a week post vacation or the Tofino trip. I kind of was all over the place with my calories. It was really hard for me to just kind of like, I just felt hungry all the time and just felt a little bit off because I started taking new probiotics that did well and didn't sit well with me, and I was dealing with horrible like digestive issues to the point where I was like, this is probably the worst I felt in a long time. And guess what? I went from 164, which was my lowest weight in the whole cut, back to 173. And I know for sure that I probably weighed even more when I came back from Victoria, but I didn't want to step on the scale because I knew it would mess up with my head. So I go from 164 to 173, and I'm like, what is happening? I felt bloated. I felt horrible. My sleep was bad. I had cravings. I was constantly tired. I was so hungry. And I'm like, something is not well. Well, for the first few days after this, I'm like, I'm still going to go back to cut because I'm 172. I don't want to be 172. I want to like get rid of all the inflammation and go below 170, and ideally to at least hit like 166. I was so hyper fixated on the scale because I'm like, this is my goal. I set this goal in January, and I just don't like that feeling of me not accomplishing it. Well, 2 days ago, I've decided that it's enough because I also didn't get my cycle. I'm almost a week late as of right now recording this for you. And that's just a sign that my body is telling me, Martina, it's enough. And this is a little bit like me being really honest, not a little bit. I'm going to be very honest with you that I actually did a little bit of like reflection of my last 5 years. And when I recovered from eating disorder in 2018, I went through like the post-recovery stage. Like 2 years after the recovery, I was like very like cautious about food and just like really healing my relationship with food for about 2 years. And then 2020 and 2022, I would say that I was kind of like trying to get lean, but I was also like very like, I didn't really care much around like how much I'm going to be eating on the weekends. So for like 2 years, I was like kind of strict during the week, and then weekends I would kind of let myself go in fact that I would just enjoy life. So I really don't know how many calories on average I was eating for those 2 years. But then in 2022, I decided to compete, and for 16 weeks I went through prep when I went from, I think, averaging like 2,500 calories, maintaining my weight, to be at my lowest calories few weeks before my show, like 1,400 calories. So that was back in 2022. From then I took another year to recover and heal my relationship with food again for another like a year, so 2023. And then 2024 I was kind of like on and off. I would be like a little bit eating more and then wanting to cut, a little bit more wanting to cut, but never really spent longer than like few weeks at higher calories. And yesterday when I was kind of like trying to understand what's going on with my body, like why did I not get my period, why I feel always hungry lately, why I have cravings, I've had a few days when I went over my calories, I'm like this is weird. So I did a little like self-reflection and came to the conclusion that for the last 5 years I haven't given my body enough time at its maintenance calories for longer than like few weeks. And I think that at this point I just need to be smart, and I'm very proud of myself for recognizing these things and actually listening to my body and noticing these signals, because it's very important for us to just understand that if your body is not functioning the way that we would like to, if we miss periods, if we feel constant hunger, cravings, things like that, that is just your signs, or your body's telling you like, hey Martina, I need to eat more. So moral of the story, or long story short, I am going to start eating more. I have upped my calories already 2 days ago. So I went from like 1850 to I'm going to be eating now around 2000 calories. I want to see where my maintenance actually is. I'm assuming it will be somewhere around 2500. We will see. I'm going to keep you updated. I'm walking myself through reverse diet because I don't currently have coach for nutrition, but I feel pretty confident that I will be fine. So that's just a little update. No more cutting. I haven't hit my goal, but I'm smart and understanding that once my body is ready to go back to deficit, I will be able to go and cut and get leaner. But as of right now, I'm happy. I don't feel fat, or I don't feel like I need to lose weight. I just really wanted to lose weight, but I just also want to be healthy. So now that's it about the update, and then let's go get some groceries because I need to get some groceries for the week. Okay, now come get the groceries with me. I'm just at the Costco. So I'm gonna show you what we buy usually every week. I'm obviously buying groceries for myself and my boyfriend. So I'm gonna show you what we buy because it's usually like the same every week. But because I'm starting the reverse diet, I will be maybe buying more variety food because I eat more now. So come with me. Okay, look at these that I just found for a sweet tooth. 70 calories, 5 grams of fat, 13 grams of carbs, 0 protein, but I love white chocolate, so I'm definitely gonna try these. For healthy fats, always cashews, unsalted ones. Last week I forgot to grab Dahlia's her treats, and you guys, she's addicted to sweet potatoes. If you have a dog and you didn't give them sweet potatoes, our dog absolutely loves it, and she literally goes with these ones over the dry liver ones that we used to buy her all the time. So these are must for Dahlia. She can live her life without that. I don't eat bread a lot, but my boyfriend does, and he loves this sourdough. So I'm gonna get this one for him, because if I have something else for my breakfast than my potatoes with chicken, which I'm switching to more fun breakfast right now, I prefer usually pancakes or waffles and not bread, but he loves it, so I'm gonna get it for him. And for meat, we are getting chicken. At least 2 trays, and plus it's on sale, so we're gonna get 2 trays, and then probably I'm gonna either get fish or ground turkey because I love it, but we haven't had fish for a long time, so I might get tilapia or salmon. and maybe turkey because my boyfriend eats a lot of food, and so we need a lot of meat, a lot of protein. Salmon, a great source of omega-3s. Hummus, healthy fats. This one, red pepper, is amazing, but also make sure that you track everything because hummus is very calorie dense. One serving, which is 30 grams, is 70 calories, and it's very easy to overeat, so track it. Turkey deli every week for either sandwiches or just breakfast mixed with egg whites. My English, Jesus. Okay, I want to try these because I've never bought these ones and they seem pretty much exactly the same like the ones from Starbucks. So let's give these a try. Avocados, at least always 2 of these because we love avocados. And some fruits. Okay, these strawberries looks amazing, so I'm gonna grab one. Sweet potatoes. 2 of those. Egg whites. Yellow potatoes. Cottage cheese is absolutely must for so many recipes and just like source of protein. So always grab cottage cheese and Greek yogurt. This one is the best. I love when they have this big one instead of these 3 ones. This is so much better. I just feel like it tastes better. Almond milk for my morning hot chocolate. And then some frozen berries are always good. So today I'm just gonna grab strawberries because it's been a while since we had strawberries. And this frozen veggie is great. I go through the whole bag in one. 380 for 2 people for a week of groceries. Groceries are expensive. Next day. Yesterday I forgot to film the rest of my day, so today we're gonna take you to the gym. We're going to work out. Are we training back today?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, we are training back. I'm just gonna make myself a drink here, which is gonna be this pre-workout supplement from Legion. Boost strength, endurance, focus. It's strawberry kiwi flavor added doesn't make me feel like, you know, how you say it? When you're jittery. Yeah, it doesn't make me feel like that because it's non-stimulant. So we're gonna have this, mix it in my water here, and we're gonna go work out together. What a beautiful day. What did you say? I don't know where they are. Beautiful day, but I'm not feeling like working out because I just got my period a week late and my stomach is hurting. So I might end up just doing some steps or work out with Ken. I don't know yet. We got the workout done. I didn't feel like it. I was cramping. So now we're just finishing with some steps. We actually said we're gonna do cardio, but I don't feel like doing anything more than walking. And then we're going to get pedicure. What color are you getting? Dinner. It was amazing. I haven't had sushi for a couple of weeks and I love sushi, so every time we decide to go somewhere for food, sushi is usually one of the options. So since right now I'm eating a little bit more, I have to be still careful with how much I eat because my body is clearly metabolically adaptive, meaning that because I've spent quite some time in a deficit, I can't just go and eat 2,500 calories because that would ultimately cause me to put on a lot of weight, and that's not what I want. So I'm gonna be reversing myself back to my maintenance, which I actually don't even really know what the number is. I'm hoping it's gonna be a minimum 25, maybe 2,600 calories. So I'm gonna be reversing, I'm just gonna throw the poop here. I'm gonna be reversing myself back to my maintenance over the next few weeks and see how my body is responding. And yeah, that's kind of like the plan. it's been a long time since I spent more than like a month at my maintenance calories, and that's exactly the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. But again, even when we go out, I still have to be conscious about how much I eat, because if I'm gonna bump my calories really quick, I'm gonna gain weight, and that's not what I want. So if you are maybe someone who feels like, hey, every time I eat a little bit more, my body retains a lot of water, or I put on weight really, really quick, that could be a sign that your body is almost like a sponge. Because when you diet for a long time, your body becomes very sensitive to a larger amount of food. So you're, let's say, staying at 1600 calories for months and months and months, and then every time you go out and eat 3000 calories because you have steak and mashed potatoes and dessert and things like that, yes, next day you wake up and you feel puffy, swollen, weight went up, which is very normal, because more you eat, more glycogen you store in your muscles, which ultimately reflects on the scale, because 1 extra gram of carbs retains about 3 to 4 grams of water. Dale is pooping. So if you go out for dinner and you feel like you put on, okay, I'm back. So what I'm trying to say is that when you feel, or if you feel that you have to constantly restrict, and then every time you go out for dinner you feel like your body reacts, that you put on like 5 pounds the next day, you feel swollen, and it's taking you a long time to lose that weight, that means that your body is pretty much adapted to those 1700 calories. And especially if you feel like you can't even lose weight on those calories, that means that they became your new maintenance. And for me, I think that my maintenance became maybe 2100 calories, which is definitely not what I want. I want to be maintaining at 25, 26, 2700. So that's why I'm doing my reverse diet. So long story short, right now I'm reversing. I'm going from months and months of like eating below my maintenance to now upping my calories, still being cautious, still being smart, not overeating, still counting my calories, because this has to be done strategically. Otherwise I'm gonna gain a lot of weight, and that's not what I want. So that's it from this vlog. I hope you enjoy it. It was just kind of like day in life, and I will see you next time. Bye.